look at this bear. Because he's airborne. It's so cute. So my name is Sydney. I am 17 years old. I live in Wisconsin, which right now is kind of a bummer because there's so much snow that there's literally no place to put it anymore. But it's fine. We can get through it. Anyway, so my boyfriend is in the Army. He's been in the Army for about 6-7-ish months now. So basically I'm just making this video because I remember when he left for basic training, I found myself constantly looking up YouTube videos, looking up things on the internet, trying to figure out what I should expect. And honestly, there's not much out there. I mean, there were videos out there. I just couldn't find exactly what I was looking for. I just want to share my experience and hopefully I can help people who are going through this right now or going to be going through this. So one thing that you need to remind yourself is it's okay to be sad. Especially for the first few weeks, it's okay to be sad. It's expected to be sad. It's honestly just part of the process. It's okay. You have to remember that lots of people go through this and you're not alone. Even though it might seem like it, you're not. And yeah. I remember before he even left for basic, I found myself crying at random times. So since he had graduated high school, his family thought it would make more sense to do a graduation/leaving party so people could say goodbye to him, but also congratulate him on his graduation. I remember that day was really sad for me. Like, it started off good. I was excited, you know, to go eat, spend time with him, his family, everything. And then at the end of the party, I just got really sad and it just came out of nowhere. I just started crying and I was like, where is this coming from? And so I had to like walk away and just like collect myself. Yeah, embarrassing. But that's part of the thing. It's okay to be sad. It really is. Like, people understand. I remember feeling so embarrassed. I was like, I just wanted to leave because I felt so stupid. But everybody understood. Everybody understood. You know, it's okay. It really is. So the day after his graduation/leaving party was the day that we had to drop him off at the hotel. So his mom and his dad, him and I, drove to the hotel, which was about an hour and a half away from where we lived. We got to the hotel and we were all just kind of sitting there. I think we were just like all sad and we didn't want to leave him. And I remember just thinking like, don't cry. Don't cry. And I didn't cry until I said goodbye. So I'm pretty proud of myself. I didn't cry the whole way there. So then it was time to say goodbye. So he said goodbye to his mom. And then he said goodbye to his dad and me. And I was crying so hard. And he was even crying. But I was so proud of him, so I didn't want to cry. But it's sad, you know, I couldn't help it. And so my sister lives in the city that his hotel was at. And so she decided that she was going to pick me up at the hotel. And then I was going to spend the night with her. And the next day we were going to go to an amusement park and just have fun because she knew I was going to be super upset. So, love you the most. So when we dropped him off at the hotel, he was going to stay the night there. And then the next morning he was going to head to the airport and then get on the plane to go to his base. So for that night that he was at the hotel, he was able to text me, call me, FaceTime me, you know, just like normal. And so then the next day comes around and he's texting me in the morning and then, you know, he has to leave for the airport. And so he was like, okay, I'm gonna go to the airport now. I will text you when I can. I'll try to call you before I get on my flight. And then from the airport, he took a bus to the base that he was going to be doing basic training at. And he got to go on his phone while he was on his way there. And that was probably like 30-40 minutes worth. And so that kind of hit me. I was like, okay, I don't think I'm going to be able to talk to him when he gets to his base now. So like I was getting sad and scared. I guess I kind of forgot that before you actually start basic training, you go through reception, which is like paperwork and like all that kind of stuff. And he actually got to talk to me for a couple hours every single day. He got to call me. So then came the last day of reception. And before he went to bed, he was like, I'm not gonna have my phone. They're gonna be taking it away. So this is gonna be the last time I'll be able to text you. I love you, blah, blah, blah. You know, we were just kind of being all lovey-dovey, like, oh, I love you, I'm gonna miss you so much. All that, you know, all that good stuff, right? And so the next day, sure enough, didn't get a text, didn't get a call. Sad. So basically when they got to the base, they were gonna be sending like a letter home, basically saying like, I've made it to my base, here's my address, blah, blah, blah. You know, this is when family day is, this is when graduation is. And then I think also on the paper, they wrote a Facebook page that you could follow. And then you would get updates on them, pictures, all that good stuff, which was awesome. So I instantly, of course, went on there and liked it. And then they actually posted a picture of him, guys. I remember every time they would post a picture of him, I would search through every single one, to zooming in on every single person to see if it's him. And there was never one of him. But there was one picture of him that was posted, and it's a funny one. It was him getting out of the gas chamber. So, it was funny because his face, he was like, ugh. It was funny. It was funny. But also I felt bad. I was like, oh no, they made him do that. So now, letters. I was so excited to get the first letter from him. I was that girlfriend who wrote every single day to him. I totally forgot to mention that our letters take a lot longer to get to them than it does for their letters to get to us. So that's just something to keep in mind. So these are all the letters I got from him. I got all of these. It's a lot of letters. He had to write me way more than I expected. I got like 2 to 3 letters every week, which is crazy. Because I knew somebody whose boyfriend was also in the military, and they got like 1 letter every couple weeks. And so I'm very grateful that he got to talk to me a lot. And this honestly was probably the most exciting thing that happened the whole time he was at basic. I was getting ready for a football game, and I'm dancing in the mirror, like singing, getting ready, you know. All of a sudden my phone's ringing, and I look down and it says his name, and I was like, what? Like I was so confused. Like I didn't expect any phone calls at all, and I didn't expect it to be from his phone, like his actual cell phone, if I would got one. So I answered it, and I'm like, hello, oh my god, hi. And then he was like, hey. And I was like, I just started crying. I was like, oh my gosh. I just remember saying like, I love you and I miss you so much. Blah. Like literally being a spaz. And he was like, I know I love you and miss you, blah, 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 blah. Like, he was like, I literally have less than 2 minutes to talk. And I was like, oh shoot, like what do I say? Like, I didn't know what to say. And so we were just talking and stuff. Afterwards, I was just bawling my eyes out. I was so happy. I ran out to my mom. She was outside, and I was like, Mom, he just called me. And she was like, oh my god. And we were like freaking out. And he actually got to call me 2 more times. And the next 2 times were like longer, like 5-10 minutes. So that was cool. So family day is so exciting, right? You're just so pumped. You're so ready to see them. But then again, you feel so sick that you like could throw up because you're so nervous. At least that's how my experience was. I remember getting ready and I just like was like, I'm gonna throw up. Like I feel so sick. I was so nervous. I was so incredibly nervous. It had only been like 2.5 months, but I was like freaking out. So we had finally gotten to the base, and we were on like the top bleachers because there was like bleachers. So basically this was super cool. Like I get chills thinking about it and watching the video, but they like were throwing like colorful smoke bombs, and then the soldiers all walked out of the smoke, and it was like so cool. I can't even explain it. And then it was time to go see them. So basically, they're split up in different companies. He was in Charlie company, and so he was the third group. And we were just standing there because everybody was trying to go down like the actual stairs. And then his aunt was like, let's just jump over these bleachers. And so we were just like kind of hopping the bleachers. The rest of his family took the stairs, but we were jumping. And so then I was searching for him. I saw him, and I was just like, yes! So happy. Ran up to him. He was crying so hard. I was crying so hard. It probably looked very dramatic, like we hadn't seen each other in 5 years. But I don't care. I missed him so much and I love him so much. And I was just so happy to see him. I could cry thinking about it. Oh, I love him. On family day, we were able to stay on base. We weren't allowed to leave base. Well, first of all, we got food and I think we went to Burger King. That was his request. And then we went to some museums. We tried to go bowling, but that bowling alley was packed. And it was taking a long time for them to call our names, so we kind of just left. We went to the PX, and then we dropped him off at the base, and then people stayed around. They let us watch them do like push-ups and stuff, which is funny. I have a video of him like just doing push-ups and the drill sergeant just yelling at him. And then the next day was graduation, and graduation was like a lot longer than family day because on family day, the soldiers just came out and then you got to go see them. On graduation, there was obviously an actual like ceremony, so that took a while. It was super cool. And then this time we got to go off base. And so we went to get food somewhere, more like a sit down place. And then we went to like the malls, looked around. Then I think we went back on base and went to the PX and something, I don't know. Yeah, overall it was super fun. So right now it's February and he left for basic training in July. I saw him in September for those 2 days. In October, his best friend and I drove down south to see him for the weekend. So we got to spend the whole weekend with him. He came home for Christmas, yay, for 2 weeks. And so I haven't seen him since the beginning of January and I'm hoping that I can see him soon. But you never know. Like, I could be seeing him next month. I could be seeing him in 2 months. I don't know. One thing that I think you should take away from this video is just, one, it's okay to be upset. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to mope around for a little bit. But there's also so many things that will make you feel better. Being with your family and friends will make you feel so much better. You need to distract yourself. There's obviously still things that are going to make you happy, even when they're gone. So just being around positive people, just try to get out as much as you can. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope that you guys all have an amazing day, and I hope that you can take away something from this video.